Hi there and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. This is A Country Life, and one thing I love to do is check out cookbooks from the library. So this is the most recent cookbook that I picked up. It's called Amish Cooking Class Cookbook. If you've ever read any of Wanda Brunstetter's Amish stories, she's the author of this cookbook. She had people submit their Amish recipes and she put it all together into this cookbook. Anyway, I love getting cookbooks from the library and then making like a meal plan, or at least even maybe not a whole plan, but just like making a meal from everything in the cookbook. So what I'm going to be doing today is making a full Amish meal, according to this cookbook anyway. So I'm going to be making chicken roll-ups, Amish macaroni salad, coconut pecan cake, and then I'm going to have a bowl of fresh fruit because I don't know how these things are all going to go over with the family. I'm hoping that they go over well. All of them sound delicious to me, but I just think having a bowl of fresh fruit as well is going to go over very, very well with the kids. Before getting to that, I just want to give you guys a little grocery haul. I stopped at Pick and Save today and I spent $90, and I feel like I did not get that much. Last time I showed you my island, I had spent $100 and it was full. Very, very, very full. Today you can see there's lots of space, but let's just go through it. Portesi pizzas. In full disclosure, those pizzas from the last haul, which were, what were those? Those were a Red Baron Brick House cheese pizzas. They were not very good. The kids didn't seem to mind them. I mean, I ate it. Warren was like, there is a flavor that just isn't good. I'm not sure if it was just because they were the cheese, because we have had Red Baron pizzas before and they were good, but there was just something about, maybe it was just a little too much parsley in the cheese mixture on top. I don't know, but I want to redeem myself with some Portesi pizzas, and I'm going to pop a couple of those in the oven here for lunch today because we have park day as well today, and I want to make this whole Amish supper. So I have a lot going. So anyway, these were $4 a piece. Seems like maybe a lot for a pizza, but we know that we love these and they always measure up. $5.99 for a 1-gallon bucket of ice cream. I picked up the white cake mix, unsweetened coconut. I just tend to always get unsweetened coconut. I don't know if recipes usually would say if it's supposed to be unsweetened, but I just go with the unsweetened, and we always seem to like that. Powdered sugar, pecans. I think this is probably what threw a wrench into the grocery bill today, because pecans were very, very expensive. Prices on nuts are just going up everywhere right now. I did pick up some grapes. A digital deal of the week. One of them was 99-cent a pound peaches, so I got here, I think this was like 7 pounds, so my first 5 pounds were 99 cents a piece. Then after that, I think it was $1.49 a pound. I was trying to get only 5 pounds, but when we measured them in their scale in the produce department, it said it was about 4 3/4. Well, anyway, some scale was off. 99 cents a pound for a sweet onion. $3.29 a pound for boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I needed to get some celery seed. Another digital deal was the butter at $2.79 a pound. This is Challenge brand, so I've had it before. It's fine. I have a thing of crescent rolls for the chicken roll-ups that we're going to be having for supper, but I just don't feel like 8 is enough. But I think making 16 would be too many, so I picked up a 4-pack. Peter asked for some cinnamon rolls. Maria's going to have a friend sleep over tonight, and he's like, I can make them cinnamon rolls in the morning. I was like, that sounds perfect to me. And then milk was $1.29, or was it? Yes, I believe it was $1.29 for a half gallon, and that was a digital deal, so we got 5 gallons of whole milk. That's everything I picked up today. That was $90. I was a bit surprised by that. All right, I'm going to pop the pizzas in, and then I'm going to get going on some of the prep work for the Amish supper tonight. Can I just point out that one of the best things about the Portesi pizzas is that their cheese is already melted onto the pizza. So when you open it up, you don't have that disaster of all of the loose cheese falling off. And what a waste that always feels like to me, because they hardly put any cheese on pizzas anymore anyway. And then a lot of it ends up falling off as I'm opening it up, and I make such a mess. It's almost more work to make pizza than to just make something else. Anyway, okay. Complain, right? But not a complaint is that, look at this. I can put the pizza like this and the cheese doesn't even fall off. I love that. All right, I'm gonna get these in and get started. So the first thing I'm doing is getting the chicken ready for the chicken roll-ups. And I have, this is almost 3 pounds, I think it was almost 3 pounds of the boneless chicken thighs. The recipe called for chicken breasts, but I just thought that the chicken thighs would be more tender and juicy. I like chicken thighs a lot, so I'm doing that. So I'm just putting those in my Instant Pot. I put a little water in the bottom, as well as some salt and pepper. And just get that into the lock position. And we are going to set this for poultry right there. And I think I'm going to go a little less since it is chicken thighs and they're boneless. I think I'm even going to go less than that. We're going to go 12 minutes. And then next up, I am going to pull out a pot and get some water boiling to make the macaroni. I'm only doing a half recipe for the Amish macaroni salad, so I need just a little bit of a sweet red pepper. I don't have that, but I do have a sweet yellow pepper, which I think is very similar. And then I'm just going to cut up a small amount of sweet onion, as well as a couple stalks of celery.
Does it have like that sauce?
Yeah.
To bring my backpack because it's got all my orders.
Great. That's great. I'm sure you passed. Whoa.
It almost hit my toe.
So Peter, Saturday for the class, we're gonna have to get up.
Alrighty, well, we're back home now, and I'm not sure if I mentioned that I was leaving, but anyway, we left. We're back home, and I'm ready to get back into making this full Amish supper. So first off, I just had to try the macaroni salad, and I have to tell you, I'm not a big fan of macaroni salad. I like pasta salad, which is in how we make it, which is with an Italian dressing, and then the pasta and vegetables and some cheese. And I really like that a lot. But as far as a creamy macaroni salad, I'm not a huge fan of it. But when I saw this recipe, it was so different with the addition of the dill relish and the mustard, and it actually called for Miracle Whip, not mayo. I grew up on Miracle Whip. And so I thought I have to try it, and it's delicious. I would have gone with the full amount of eggs though. I only made a half recipe, and so that was only 2 hard-boiled eggs. Actually, if I made it again and I only wanted a small amount, I would go with 4 eggs because I just love eggs in that type of a salad, and it gives it a little bit of that potato salad vibe. Okay, I'm on to making the coconut pecan cake. So into my KitchenAid bowl, I have 1 boxed white cake mix in here. I'm going to add in 1 1/4 cups of water, these 4 eggs, as well as a 1/2 cup of oil. Once I get all of that, along with the 4 eggs all blended, then I'm going to add in 1 cup of shredded coconut, and I always go with the unsweetened. That's funny how they change their color bag. Look, it's the same brand, Simple Truth unsweetened coconut. Oh, this is coconut flakes and this one is coconut chips. I didn't even notice that when I picked that one up today. Anyway, it'll still work out. Then after all of this is blended, I'm going to put in 1 cup of the coconut as well as 1 cup of diced pecans. Ooh, that's got a hard shell. So the cakes are both in the oven. I did it in two 9-inch round pie or cake pans because that's what I had. The recipe did call for 8-inch, but I have 9-inch. At this point now, I'm gonna get back into the chicken roll-ups because I'd really like to get the roll-ups into the oven as soon as the cakes come out. And then I'll work on the frosting for the cakes while they cool. So I'm just gonna get all of the boneless, skinless chicken thighs all pulled apart and shredded. They shred so easily, a lot easier than chicken breast. And I personally think that the chicken thighs have a lot more flavor than the chicken breast. I'm gonna make the gravy that goes over top of the chicken roll-ups. I have 1 can of cream of chicken soup. This is 10.5 ounces, and I need 6 ounces of milk. I also need 6 ounces of chicken broth. So I'm just using the chicken broth from the Instant Pot. When I started the chicken in there, I put about 3/4 to a cup of water. I need 1 tablespoon of flour, some salt, and some pepper to taste. And I think the cakes only have about 12 seconds left, so I don't think I'm quite gonna have this ready to go. I just put the cakes in for 2 more minutes because you guys know my rule, always start with less time. The recipe on this actually called for 35 minutes for the cakes. I knew it was not going to take that long. 1, I was using a little bit bigger pan, so my cakes are going to be not quite as thick. And then 2, I just knew that 35 was way too long. So I set mine for 20 minutes and now 2 more and they'll be perfectly done. I feel like a whisk would be better, but at this point, I just don't want to dirty another dish. Keep going with the spoon, trying to get those little flour. I really don't want those flour bits to be little chunks. Okay, at this point it looks like it's going to be a little tedious. It says to unroll the crescent roll dough into triangles, and the picture in the cookbook does not match. At least it just doesn't seem like it matches what's going on here. And then it says to take some shredded chicken, and it says to put a pretty good, it just says place a little cheese over the dough, and at the larger end, place a good heaping of cooked chicken. And then roll up and place in the picture makes it look like this really covers all of the chicken. We're going with it just like this. I should also point out that the recipe calls for only 1 can of 8 crescent rolls. I picked up a second 4-pack of the crescent rolls so that I would have 12 because I just didn't feel like 8. I wasn't sure. Honestly, that was it. I didn't know if Sam was going to be home for supper. I didn't know if he was going to have a friend over for supper. Maria has a friend over for supper, and I just felt like 8 of these were not going to be enough. So we're going with 12, and the amount of chicken is plenty, at least the amount that I made. It's plenty for 12, and the gravy also looks like it's going to be plenty for 12. I'm seeing that what I can do is I can also bring the ends up and kind of make like a little bundle. And that way I can even put in a little bit more chicken, I think. there's all the bundles. And then it says to pour this sort of in between. And then it says to drizzle some over the top. So I guess, there we go. And I'm really glad that I made this as 12, because I know 8 would not have been enough. It just doesn't even look like very much. And look at how much sauce there is. There's plenty of sauce for 12. I could have even put this in a bigger dish, and if I needed to make 2 8-packs of crescent rolls, I'm pretty sure that would have worked just as well too. So I'm going to pop this in the oven at 375 degrees for 25 minutes. I'll bring this out. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit more cheese on top, put it back in for 5 more minutes, and then it will be ready to go. It does say to allow it to set up for a few minutes after it comes out of the oven, and I can kind of tell that that's going to be a good thing to do. One, if it's too hot and you try to serve it, I think a lot of the chicken's going to want to slip right out. I'm just guessing. I've never made this before, but kind of like lasagna. You want to give it some time to set up so that the carb, you know, in lasagna's case, the noodle, and in this case, the crescent roll, it can kind of set up, sort of absorb some of that moisture and everything, and cooling it kind of gets everything to set up as well. So anyway, let me get this in because my oven is all the way preheated now. So this is how much chicken I have left. It's not a ton, but I'm going to pop that in the fridge. I think I'll just put it in a little Ziploc bag, and I can bring this out, and we could make quesadillas for lunch tomorrow, or maybe I'll pop it in the freezer because I do have leftover scalloped potatoes and ham, and I probably will have some of this left over. That's what I'm going to do. I changed my mind. I'm going to put this into a Ziploc bag, freezer bag this time, and put it in the freezer, and then next week we'll need a lunch one day, and this will be perfect for quesadillas. I'm back to working on the cakes now. So I have the cakes cooling, and I have my cast iron skillet with 2 tablespoons of butter in here, as well as 2 cups of coconut. Now, I use the unsweetened coconut. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's just what I always use. So anyway, I'm just going to stir this around. It says until it's golden brown. So I feel like it's going to take a little while. I don't want to burn it, so I do have my gas stove on low right now. And I'm just going to kind of keep watching it and stirring it as needed. And from here I basically have to make a cream cheese frosting. So I'm going to use 1 full 8-ounce package of cream cheese with 2 teaspoons of milk, 3½ cups of powdered sugar, some vanilla, and get that all mixed up together. And then at the very end I will stir in almost all of the coconut and get the cakes frosted that way, and then on the very top I'll put the rest of the coconut as well as the pecans and press that. I'll kind of press it into the cream cheese frosting, and then I'm going to chill it while we eat supper because, oh no, I just spilled coconut all over. I'm going to chill it. Yep, the Wi-Fi's turned off, Peter. We just tend to like cold desserts here. We like the frosting to really set up and get firm, and it's just how we like it. ED, that's enclosed. Ooh, my cake.
about putting them in the, like, spinner thing.
Alrighty, so as far as cakes go, even though this seems like it has a lot of steps to it, maybe not a lot of steps, but it isn't just like open up a box mix and then slap on a quick frosting. You gotta do some stuff for this cake. It baked up the best ever of like any cake I think I ever made. It also frosted up so well. I didn't get any of those weird little, you know, sometimes when you frost a cake and then the cake wants to come along with the knife or the spreader that you're using. It didn't do that at all. And wow, it just frosted up like a charm. I also don't think I've ever had it where the amount of frosting was the exact amount of frosting that I needed for the cake. I always have not enough, and then I have to try to thin it someplace, or I end up with so much frosting that I end up with extra frosting in the fridge that I never know what to do with. So anyway, well, I guess we know what to do with it. The kids put it on crackers. But anyway, I just think it turned out so lovely looking. I hope it tastes delicious. I think the frosting tastes really good, but I love cream cheese frosting. I love pecans and I love coconut. So, I mean, really, what is there not to love about that if you like those ingredients? Okay, I am going to get this chilling now. And there are the little chicken roll-ups. At 25 minutes, I didn't think they were near done enough for how I would like them. So I set the timer for another 7 minutes, and then I'll do some cheese. Well, I'll look at it at that point, then do cheese and do another 5 minutes after that. So I really want that crescent roll dough to get very cooked. I don't want it to be slimy at all in that gravy because I just know that that's not going to go over well. So I want it to be really cooked. I also just realized as I was cleaning some things up here that I was supposed to put coconut also on the top. I just decided not to. I think with the coconut that's in the frosting and then the pecans on top, I think that's going to be plenty. And yeah, I like the way it looks, and I think that's going to be just enough.
I got it.
I pulled all the recipes out of this Amish cooking class cookbook. So we are eating like the Amish tonight, apparently. That's all you're going to have, Joe?
Come here, Joe.
You're going to want some more chicken, yes.
That
So
is
the
yours.
chicken roll-ups, it smells really good. The macaroni salad. I put some fresh fruit with it.
Apples reduce the chance of.
Strawberries, grapes.
Strawberries and grapes. Those are your favorites, aren't they?
Okay, that's
Yeah.
enough. That's enough.
Okay. Whoa, let's see. There we go. Nice looking plate, Joe. I'm really looking forward to the macaroni salad. So as usual, I'm the last person at the table. Warren and Sam already had to go out. They are irrigating, and Warren is, he has been working at training Sam to do some irrigating because Warren and I would like to go away later in July, and it really hinges on Sam being able to irrigate. So here is the verdict. The chicken bundles, no, what were they called? Chicken roll-ups, they're gone. All 12, gone. They were delicious. Everybody liked it. I would say the person that liked that one the least was probably Joe, because he really does not like crescent rolls. Like, he doesn't like them if you make pigs in the blanket or even like a dessert or anything like that with crescent rolls. So he picked the crescent roll off, right?
Yeah.
But he ate the chicken and he loved the gravy. But otherwise, everybody ate those, and I don't know, 1, 2, 3 people went back for seconds. Maria has a friend over, and she really, really liked it too. Okay, the macaroni salad, very, very good. Warren really liked it. I liked it. Peter liked it. And Maria's friend liked it as well. Sam and Maria didn't like it. Joe wouldn't even try it. So there's the verdict on that. And then for the cake, what did you think of the cake?
Like frosting, like so delicious.
So Joe ate the whole piece of cake, which I was actually surprised because it does have the coconut in it, and you know, you can feel that coconut and the nuts. So I was surprised, but he ate it all. Warren liked it. Sam liked it. Warren did say a little too much coconut because he's a little iffy about coconut. I loved it. Peter had it. His eyes rolled back. He thought it was delicious. And then Maria and her friend they weren't even gonna try it. They heard coconut and they're like, and nuts, and they're both like, no. So anyway, that is the verdict on our Amish supper. It was delicious. I am so happy that I made these recipes. You know, sometimes you pick recipes and then you make them and you're kind of I'm not sure, but I will actually save all 3 of these recipes. I am very happy with the chicken roll-ups that I went with 12 instead of the 8. And then rather than let it just set for 5 minutes, I did let it set up for probably 15 minutes. I mean, when we served up, it was just warm, not super hot, but that the breading kind of soaked up the gravy. It was just the right amount of gravy for the amount of chicken. So I guess if you have a big group, you may want to make a couple 9x13 pans of those because they were very, very good. Macaroni salad, glad I only made half a batch. But I will make it again. And Warren said, you could put more eggs in it because he really liked the eggs in it too. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And it was just fun to try some new recipes again. I've been doing so much with like all of our standard recipes that we make all the time. And I've been making so much for the cookbook and just like making sure that the recipes are exactly how I want them. Doing all of the, I guess, research and development, is that what it is? And what are you doing back there?
Nothing.
And so it was really, really nice to just try some new recipes. All right, you guys have a fantastic day. So let me know if you try these recipes, what you think about them. And if these aren't your thing, let me know what new recipes you've tried lately. I'd love to know. All right, we'll see you in the next video.
See you next time, guys. See you soon.
See you soon.